tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spend. Made it killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock.
Head coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check 315. Check 53. All day, dog.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check it back. Check it back. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll buy some time right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Check 24. Slam. Go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Wilson. And Dixon has it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
I can't believe they even let you play. Alert.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Myers' kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 26. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on second down. He'll have a first down past the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Cut! Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey! Hey, no, look, we got Mike's 50.
Mayfield down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go!
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Following the penalty, Chubb. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
Mike's 7.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
I don't even know what.
Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Regular.
Right there, 54.
Throwing, Mayfield, the quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. They were held out last time. Here now is third and goal from the 1.
That's going to be a long...
Hey, Foxtrot.
57. That's what I do.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Oh, here we go. Oh, Mike's 57, 57.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Beckham. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, I'm coming. Hurry.
To throw, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Hey, check Mike 56.
Hey, Haywood.
Watch twist. Switch.
Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he tracked.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Seahawks.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
They go play action now. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He don't want it. Watch that. Switch. Watch the twist.
Watch out.
Check three.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Hey, Echo. Mike 54.
Now Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 22. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hurry. Alert.
Mayfield with it once more. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Mayfield finding Beckham. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the
blitz coming, and down he goes. Mack Wilson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Beckham the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over first and 10. First down throw for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
56.
Throwing again, Mayfield on second and 10. Escaping the pressure right. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
180. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Let's go.
20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Wilson throwing again. This is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And from down in Miami, an update. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Odell Beckham. Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 7-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Ziggy Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Right. 180. 54 Mike. Go, go, go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 4.
Alert, 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 alert.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 26. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Wilson now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Check 53, let's go, D.
Play action. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. It's caught. Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Will Disley. Incomplete.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's see what you got.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line.
Back. Under 10.
And again, it's Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They run it with Carson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. T.J. Carey right there in coverage.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Carson. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and... Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
A loss of 2 there. Second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A run for Nick Chubb. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They run again on first down. Chubb. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A toss play to Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Check nickel, nickel. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Pistol, pistol, pistol.
Mayfield to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting strong.